Hi, my name is Kara Knight and I'm the Vegan Amateur. So today I wanted to continue my series of recipes that have been given to me by friends and family, or made for me by friends and family. This particular recipe is a Middle Eastern salad called Fatoush. I've just got back from the gym. It is starting to get warm outside. It's the time of year that you want to start thinking about salads. So I just thought that this was a really good recipe to do a video on. So here we go. What I first want to do is run through the ingredients that you need for this one. So I've got 1 head of romaine lettuce chopped in there. I've got half a cup of chopped tomatoes. The recipe calls for Roma tomatoes, or the recipe I'm using calls for Roma tomatoes, but I've just got, I don't know, regular kind of garden variety tomatoes. I'm sure it'll be fine. And I've got about 3/4 cup of chopped cucumber. I've got about 1/4 cup of chopped parsley and a similar amount of sliced radishes. The last thing I have is some pita bread that is all sort of torn up into pieces. For the amount of salad that I'm making, it probably should be about 1 piece of pita bread, but I actually really love this part of the salad, so I've got 2 here, so I'm making a little bit extra. We've also got a dressing, which includes a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Actually, you should probably have that for the amount of salad that I'm making. So let's say 1/8 of a cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of lime juice, a 1/4 teaspoon of sumac. So sumac is an herb or spice, I'm not exactly sure how you would class it, that I've only really just discovered recently. It's got a sort of citrusy, lemony kind of flavor, so it's actually really nice for this particular dressing, and it gives it a nice lemony, limey pop. I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and I think that's everything. So what's happening over here before I start mixing my salad ingredients together, or while I'm mixing? Oh, I missed 1 salad ingredient, sorry. That's a 1/4 cup of red onion chopped. So what I'm doing now on the hob over here is heating up some olive oil. I've got about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, nice and hot. I'm just gonna turn my burner down to about medium high heat now, because I don't want that oil to start burning. And actually I'm going to take it off for a minute because it's getting really hot. I'll put it back on in 2 seconds. But the first thing that I'm going to do is just throw all the salad ingredients together except for the pita, and then toss those all together. So I've got my 1/4 cup of tomato and 3/4 cup of cucumber going in with my 1 head of romaine lettuce. I've got my 1/4 cup of red onion going in as well. I've got my 1/4 cup of parsley and 1/4 cup of sliced radish. Okay, as I toss that together, I'm just going to put my skillet back on the heat. Oh, tomatoes escaped. And I'm just going to toss all of this together loosely. I'll give you a look there. Everything all mixed up now. So the next thing that I'm going to do is fry off, once I get this skillet to heat up a little bit again. Let me test a piece. Fry off some of this pita bread. All right, that's still getting hot. So you can sort of test the heat here by putting a piece in, seeing if it sizzles. Another good way to test the heat is by putting a tiny bit of water into the pan and see if that sizzles. So that sounds like it should be hot enough. So I'm just going to go ahead and start laying out pieces of pita in here. So the salad is sort of healthy, sort of not so much, the fried pieces of bread, but it's all the way delicious. Just trying to find room for all of my bits here. What I think I'm going to do is get a little bit of olive oil and brush it over the side that's not frying at the moment. So when we flip over, there'll be plenty of oil to brown off the other side. So you obviously want to watch that these don't get overdone. Nothing burns. And check on these bits. Everything's still pretty mellow at the moment. You want these to be crispy. They're like Middle Eastern croutons, I guess. So while that is kind of browning on the one side, I'm going to start putting my dressing ingredients together. The first thing I'm just trying to think of how I want to do this. I think I'm just going to do a little bit of a shake up kind of dressing. So I'm going to get a container, pop everything in, and just shake it up. That's the easiest way to do it, really. I found something. So I've got my NutriBullet thing here. All right, so that should be 1/8 of a cup of olive oil. I'm gonna actually have some dressing left over. I'm not gonna use it all because I measured for more than what I needed. So I've got my salt and pepper, my sumac, very important ingredient. I put my lime juice in there as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. So I've got all those bits in there, and I'm just going to sort of shake this up. Let me just show you what that's like. All mixed up together. A pretty sort of basic kind of dressing. You've got your oil, you've got your, sour bit or acid bit, which is the lime juice. The only thing that's very different in there really is the sumac. Right, so these have gone nice and kind of golden brown on one side, so you can see what that looks like. So I'm just going to flip them all over so we can get that same effect on the other side. Andy and I just tried the Unity Diner in London yesterday, and it was really good, but it wasn't exactly health food what we had. So we stuffed our faces with a lot of really tasty food, but like I said, not health food, and it feels like I need to eat a mountain of salads to counteract what I did yesterday. Gonna give these a little bit longer on this side. Right, I think these are looking pretty good. Let me give you a nice example. Just nice, crispy, golden. Just lost it. Let me give you another example without dropping it on the floor, hopefully. Right, it's nice, crispy, golden brown. I'm gonna take this off of the heat now. So the next thing I'm going to do is get my dressing drizzled over. Give that another shake. All right, get that dressing drizzled over. And I'm gonna try not to use all of this, only about half of it. That's good. Now I have some made for my lunch tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna give this another toss so everything gets coated in the dressing. And the next bit is getting these lovely pieces of golden brown pita onto it. So then this is all just going to get tossed. Oh my gosh, I keep losing pita. Good thing I made extra, eh? I think I'm getting about half of that into this salad. Probably a little more than half. And then I'm going to give all that another quick toss. Right. So you can see what that looks like. Colorful, nicely dressed. I'm going to give myself a little portion here, making sure I get a little bit of everything in there. So radish, cucumber, tomato, lettuce, and ever important pita. Get myself a fork. And there's another look at healthy, lovely Fatoush. Gonna have a taste. So good. I'm not like a massive salad fan. I'm not one of those people that gets off on raw fruits and vegetables all the time. But this is so good. And those pieces of pita really do their job, making you feel like you're having something a little bit nicer than a fairly simple salad. Okay, you probably don't want to watch me eat a whole salad, but I'll put a link to a recipe for Fatoush in the description, just so you have all of the ingredients, all the very simple ingredients. Really nice salad for spring and summer, for any time of year really, but it's the time of year you start thinking about salads. Well, that's it. We love Fatoush. Have a good one.